everybody. When they're casting the show, Firefly, to begin with, what kind of reads did you guys do with each other? Was there any kind of chemistry that the casting directors noticed when they were putting the show together? Or was it just, okay, I'm casting this individually, and oh, by the way, here's the doctor, and here's the mechanic, and here's the tough guy?
Nobody cared what I thought about anything.
That's not true. Actually, it's just about 10 years since we started, since the pilot season came up, we all got the role. It's really the 10-year anniversary of the casting of that. And we had a dinner that Joss took us to at a nice fancy Italian restaurant somewhere on the west side of Los Angeles. Yeah, Valentino's, yeah, Valentino's. And I remember asking Ron, I said, what's the key to keeping something like this together and making sure that we don't get cranky at each other? And Ron said one of the most profound things that stuck with me to this day is, just keep it about the work. You said that to me, just keep it about the work. And
That's so lame.
we failed miserably at it because that's why Josh killed him in the movie.
I don't have to take this shit.
Do you two ever get on the phone with each other and going, man, what did we do to piss Whedon off that much? Sean, what about you? We saw Adam in a ton of stuff, Ron in a couple roles every now and then. We need to get you more work, Ron, seriously. But Sean, what was it like when you were the first couple of days on set where everybody's still feeling each other out, and you know, Nathan's obviously pulling the pranks on everybody and everything else. So what was it like for you coming into that kind of environment? Leave it to the mechanic.
What was it? I think we all started working the same day, right? Day one, except minus Miranda, because she wasn't past it. Miranda was the last day we were in. But I think it was, we shot first, but we were in the cargo bay. Like the first, I don't remember. Not that. I mean, I think we all talked about how it was sort of this instantaneous, you know, organic chemistry that we all had. And it sounds like a cliche, but it's actually not. That, you know, we kind of all clicked right away, except for Marina. but because she wasn't there yet.
Nice save, good job.
So yeah, there wasn't much gelling or feeling out. It was very easy, very fast, which is not the case on lots of sets in this industry.
Joel, there are a lot of TV shows where it's either really strongly skewed towards men, really strongly skewed towards women. Very gender-balanced cast for Firefly, really from the get-go. And you always hear the thing that Joss has to ask over and over again, why do you write so many strong female characters, blah, blah, blah. And if you haven't seen that, there's a great YouTube clip that Equality Now has on their website where Joss is accepting an award from him. And it's a very long, drawn-out answer, as Joss will do, on why female characters are so important for him to get right the first time. But what was it like working on one of his sets where it's a very balanced cast that way?
I don't know.
You were there.
That's a really complicated question, man.
I know.
I like strawberries. No. Thought of it that way, honestly. We were just such good friends. We were all really, really tight from the get-go. So it just, I don't know. I just felt like I was with a family.
Well, I mean, obviously, Miranda was your maid of honor at your wedding, for crying out loud. That's a pretty impressive. Now, by the way, I want to ask you guys something. Of the 4 people sitting up here on this table, how many, at least one of them, is on your special exemption list with your girlfriends or your friends? Raise your hands. I mean, they'll have to do a notarized copy. It's not gonna make this awkward, is
Okay,
it?
I'm gonna read it.
Go ahead.
And it's been approved and signed by his wife. No joke, there's a signature on it. Gina Carano?
Yes.
Don't know who that is.
She was in Haywire that Steven Soderbergh did.
Okay, Rosario Dawson? Not bad. Carla Gugino, she's hot. Christina Hendricks, she's hot. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she's pretty hot. And me.
Who's Justin Bieber?
Your list, Adam, not mine.
Well, I mean,
Hey. It's been 10 years since, and we'll do one round of boos for Fox. It's cathartic, it's out of your system. But even after the show wraps, the fans start a campaign to get the show released on DVD. It becomes a massive hit on DVD for Fox and a cash cow for them as well. Jewel, I know you've been to a couple of the Can't Stop the Serenity screenings out in California, and I'm sure you other guys have been involved too. What's it like to be, and anybody can answer this, to have a show that has this kind of an impact 10 years down the road after 13 episode run in one feature film? It's got to be gratifying for your work. Anybody?
we're gratified. Great question. Good setup. Good lead-in. Clearly, this is a testament to Joss's vision, and thank you all for getting it and seeing it and embracing it and enjoying it. And I'd just like to echo the whole family atmosphere and how well I think they cast everyone in the show. And I just wish we'd had 3 million more of you pairs of eyeballs. You growing old as Jane. Grandpa Jane.
If they were able to put a Subway restaurant on Serenity, do you think the show would have lasted a couple more seasons? Because here's the thing, Firefly taught fans if you don't get vocal about the shows that you love, like Chuck, then you're not going to be able to get further episodes of it. Because fan-driven shows like Firefly, you watch them in groups. You watch them, you know, you have parties around them on Friday nights at 8 o'clock, and thank you, Fox, for that. But at the same time, Nielsen says, well, no, that's one TV watching it. So at least that taught shows down the road, like Chuck, that you have to get vocal about it and write letters to your sponsors. So. And by the way, congratulations on a great season finale and a series finale.
Yes, in the words of the inimitable Nathan Fillion. Thank you!
Hang on a second. You guys all have your cell phones here, don't you? One of you has Nathan Fillion on speed dial. One of you has got to have Nathan's number up. You need to call him and find out why he's not here. While Adam is pulling that up, the microphone for questions is right over here. Just to make sure that everybody can actually hear your question, please start queuing up over here at the mic. We'll get to you. Oh, he'll answer you. Oh, you're both going to call him and see who answers first?
It'd be like fucking Baldwin. Oh, for Jewel.
Probably knows that they're here.
While she's looking up that number.
Sure. Hey guys, my name's Doug Goodrich. I'm with U2, the first social TV network, and that's kind of what my question is for you guys. How are you guys with social networking? Do you update your own Twitter, your Facebook? What's your favorite website?
I'll tell you right now, I've gotten in political arguments with Adam here.
I have a
on
robot
Twitter, so.
that does it for me. I have a robo Twitter account. So, no, I'm too busy golfing.
What is Twitter?
Just ask somebody to tweet you.
We're gonna leave a message, okay? Hang on. Me. I'm with Adam.
Goodbye. Is his voicemail just leave a message by? Is that what it is? Just, hey, this is me, leave it. And then he's out.
What do you think he says? This is the captain of...
Billy Connolly from the Boondock Saints, an amazing Scottish comedian. We did the same trick to him when we were doing Boondock Saints too. And it was the nastiest outgoing message I've ever heard. It was awesome.
Thanks.
Next question, please.
Hi, I'm so embarrassed. For each of you, do you have a very particular favorite moment in either the movie or the episodes that you shot?
Yeah, one of my favorites is when we're going into the bar. And little Kaylee here says something about Twixt or Nethers. I just thought it was just a darling moment. I can stay here some more. But truly my favorite was that whole mule chase. That was one of the most early on scenes we shot, and it was very physical. There was a lot of rehearsal and jumping around that mule and on cable work, and it was one of the funnest, most fun few days of working for me. How about you?
One of my favorite moments is when Sean gets shot, and no. I have two favorite moments, but I love that scene where you say to River, I'm sorry. It kills me. Makes me cry. And I also love that scene where we make out.
Yeah, I'm not answering any questions about Firefly. I'm kidding. It's so funny, I'm just going to echo everybody. Jamestown was my favorite episode to work on. Because it was just a lot of fun. And fun for me, and getting drunk with this one was really challenging.
Other than Fillion, you seem to get beat up a lot on the show. I mean, just a whole lot of stunt punching, and I'm hoping that people were pulling their punches, yes? Yes.
Yeah, but I think during the movie, didn't Chewie and Nathan had some crazy fight scenes, and he had trouble, Chewie had trouble not actually punching and fighting and kicking. Beat up after shooting that. Yeah. And then my other favorite moment is when I get shot, but it's after. But it's after I get shot, and when I'm laying there. When my favorite moment, for some reason, in that movie is when Miranda says, "Put pressure here," and like everyone always asks, like, "What's your?" And for me, because it was just being surrounded by all of us, it was like. I think it was Nathan who was saying he loved that moment, and you just said it too, thank you. But it was so easy for me to look up at everybody around there, and it just sort of felt, I don't know, like one of those genuinely wonderful moments as an actor. Yeah. Oh, shut up.
And Ron.
In Serenity, I loved the last moment before I took my last breath.
It's funny you mentioned that. I was talking to Joss the other day, and that's his favorite part.
Awkward.
Oh, that was a little late.
So awkward.
I know that most of y'all probably didn't expect the show to have the kind of impact that obviously you did, but specifically Jewel. I used you as an example to get my daughter to go out and learn how to change the tires on my one-ton diesel pickup truck. I brought it to my girl. did you expect that you were going to be such an outstanding, strong role model, not just for women to do valuable, important, uplifting things, but stuff like teaching their boyfriends how to change a damn tire?
You're welcome.
Well, I mean, you heard those stories all the time with Nichelle Nichols from Star